It's like 2 Timothy 4. I fought a good fight.
You started the Periscope?
Yeah.
He said I was in travail by my own men. Perils.
We got sound. Check to see if we got sound.
Where's it at? Am I on it?
Oh, shit.
You try not to trip this way, you trip that way. What the hell is this? Damn.
We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down. Yeah, we gon' shut this down. 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 Yeah, we gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down.
2 Corinthians 11 and 26.
We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down.
This beef we gon' play with you. We the promise of the Most High. We out in these streets with these scriptures we preach and teach. Repent or die. I ain't giving up to nobody.
I can play another song if you need me to. Just be ready. I can cut you in.
Nah, let it rock.
Where you want to start?
I'm figuring it out.
Do all I can do and do all for Christ. Give me my lamp and my lamp will shine bright in the day of the night. The nigga trying to hate me. Your boy Esau, he gon' get this too. Brother, the prophecies about to fall real soon. Isaiah 14 on this tomb, but we out here for you, the biblical Jews. Blacks and Hispanics and Indians too. Bringing out the Bible cause the Bible be the proof. There's a war going on and our witness the truth. You trust that. IUIC in your town. Couple hundred boots on the ground when you hear that war cry. Don't be scared of the sound. Prophets are back that they cannot confound. Children of Israel's identity found. Trust in the Lord will not let down. Pray to the east, hit cat right loud and know that. Right?
We gon' shut this down. 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 Yeah, we gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down.
That's what it was.
We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down.
We gon' shut this down. Yeah, we gon' shut it down. When the Israelites come to your town, in your city, in the streets, yeah, you know boys going down. And you don't want this battle, boy. Now I'm telling you, you don't want this battle, boy. Got Christ in attendance who's dwelling within us. So them lies that you teach ain't gon' get handled, boy. But let's change gears for a second. From the trial to the so you know with the reppin'. Seventh day relaxing from the past at 11. Got the fragrances and where you ain't gonna smell the fragrance. Got my Bible by my side. Christian going in, so you know I'm gon' scribe. All my brothers with me making every 12 tries. Got a brother in the spirit, you can't kill my vibe.
And oh, I just can't wait.
Until we see them games, 144 standing strong, oh Lord's will, I'm in the
Oh!
So I'm staying on the path, just keeping these laws is the answer. Oh! In the space of an hour, the Lord gonna give the other nations.
Start in Sirach, chapter 2.
Righteous seed we provoking, using the words that's spoken from Revelation to the book of Moses. Oh! Yeah, we gon' shut it down. Yeah, we gon' shut it down. Yeah, we gon' shut it down. Make it wait for the chosen.
Almost done. You need another song?
Yeah, one more song.
We gon' shut this down. We gon' shut this down.
What time is it? 5? Yeah, I'm gonna come in halfway through the next song.
Hey, I gotta bring y'all 2 Timothy 4 and 7. It says, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I kept the faith. Through my
scripture.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, Paul was real, bro.
Timothy's what?
2 Timothy 4 and 7. I have kept the faith through all my trials and tribulations, my shipwreck. I was in prison. I was in prison twice.
That's the Perils.
Yeah. Stone, bro. Bro, Paul knew he was about to die, bro. He knew it, bro. He knew it, bro. But like seriously, like you know how like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X knew they were about to die. Like you remember like the last speech before Martin Luther King gave, and like they said Biggie Smalls. I remember the bishop bringing it out. It made perfect sense. That's why he said that this was the last letter. Even though you got Titus, which it's not chronological order, but because he even talks about Titus in the book of Timothy, talking about Titus forsake me. He forsook me. Titus, Demetrius. That's another guy. I can't pronounce his name. But he said only Luke is with me. Luke wrote Acts.
I was gonna bring that up another day. I was talking about that another day, but Azariah was like, he gonna have to research it.
Research what?
Because I heard that Titus, that was the thought process that Titus forsook him.
Yeah.
But Azariah was like, I gotta look into that because it was a comma there saying that the first man to start with a D. He forsook me, and then he went on to another thought that somebody else.
There's another scripture that says, like in
Shalom.
there's another scripture that talks about Titus went back into the world too. I think it's in Galatians.
Hey, you still got the mic on. Is it down now? Can you still hear us? Well, he got the mic off anyway. Sister said no. Somebody said yes. Somebody said they can still hear. Still on. We can still hear you. Hey, we gonna bring that Timothy for it.
That's right.
Hey, make sure y'all share. Share.
He trying to figure it out. Hold on, I'll let you talk to him. Call him up now. Never that. One more song, people, till we get our technical difficulties up and fixed.
I said it on there. I said it for that.
Hey man, we out here, man. One time already.
Take it down, we gon' take it down. Yeah, we gon' take it down. Take it down,
We gonna take it there.
if you keep the line, put your fist up in the air. Take it down, we gon' take it down.
Shalom from France.
We gon' take it down, take it down. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Take sin and we put it in the rap. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Yeah, we gon' take it down. Take it down, we gon' take it down. If you keep the line, put your fist up in the air.
So I wonder if we good. Everybody still hear us?
We gon' take it down.
They can still hear us?
Take sin and we put it in a rap.
Yeah, they can still hear.
I'm trying to get up out of Babylon. Reading the script. I I've been chewing on this with somebody feed me some milk. I need a couple brothers with me, they ain't scared of their faces. I'm yelling Jesus, like they yelling nigga, you racist. I'm like,
That's from Tennessee in this thing.
Hey, if you can't get it, then we'll just go in. Shalom.
Cause we advocating reading right. I say go catch it, boy, pick it up and take a look.
UK. You said you can't hear no more? Can't figure it out? Alright, get us in.
Yeah, we gon' take it down. Take it down, we gon' take it down. If you keep the law, then put your fists up in the air. In the air. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Yeah, we gon' take it down. Take it down, take it down, we gon' take it down. Take sin and we put
Shalom, Israel.
Take it down, we gon' take it down. Yeah, we gon' take it down.
Oh, he gonna call right now. I ain't have my sound off. We live. Shalom. Stop the broadcast and restart OBS. We gonna be there, Israel. He said, okay. So man, I figured we was gonna wait. We'll be right back, Israel. We finna fix these technical difficulties. It's far beyond me, but we gonna get it, Israel. Go ahead and cancel the broadcast, and we gonna be back as quick as possible.
Take it down, we gon' take it down. Yeah, we gon' take it down. Take it down, we gon' take it down. If you keep the law, then put your fists up in the air. In the air. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Yeah, we gon' take it down. Take it down. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Take sin and we put it in the real. In the real. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Yeah, we gon' take it down. Take it down, we gon' take it down. If you keep the law, then put your fists up in the air. In the air. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Yeah, we gon' take it down. Take it down. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Take sin and we put it in a real.
Read the Bible, beating prophets in your neighborhoods yelling. If you righteous, I'm chilling, but if you sinning, I'm telling. I'm trying to get up out of Babylon. Read me a script. I've been chewing on this meat. Somebody feed me some milk. I need a couple brothers with me that ain't scared of their faces. I'm yelling, Jesus is black. They yelling, nigga, you racist. I'm like, please. Revelations 1:14. I got a son that's a prophet and he's only 14. Why my people rather be the sleepy type? Looking at us funny cause we advocating reading right. Maybe y'all forgot what's hiding in the book. Massa ain't gon' catch it, boy. Pick it up and take a look. We gon' take it all the way to kingdom come. I ain't trying to hold their hand, I'm trying to make these heathen run. Maybe y'all forgot what all these heathen done. Desolation coming, they be lucky if we leave them warm.
Take it down, we gon' take it down. Yeah, we gon' take it down. Take it down, we gon' take it down. If you keep the law, then put your fists up in the air. In the air. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Yeah, we gon' take it down. Take it down. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Take sin and we put it in the real. In the real. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Yeah, we gon' take it down. Take it down, we gon' take it down. If you keep the law, then put your fists up in the air. In the air. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Yeah, we gon' take it down. Take it down. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Take sin and we put it in the real.
We ain't just Sunday morning choir boys switching like women. And we the lions of Judah, ain't nothing over here feminine. We been seasoned with salt, y'all been seasoned with cinnamon. If your pastor's a man, then why they marry a gentleman? I ain't tripping, I'm just saying y'all ain't trying to get in. Y'all don't stop with all that playing, y'all gon' die in your sins. Cause y'all relying on me and then y'all just flipping your jaws. How the hell you read the book but y'all ain't keeping no laws, huh?
Take it down, we gon' take it down.
If you don't love the world, put your fist up in the air.
Yeah.
If you don't keep the laws, I don't even really care.
Yeah.
Just stay away from me and keep your ass over there, huh?
Take it down, we gon' take it down.
If you don't love the world, put your fist up in the air.
Yeah.
If you don't keep the laws, I don't even really care.
Yeah.
Just stay away from me and keep your ass over there,
I'm
huh?
in the best place of my whole life, and I'm in the spirit trying to get right. When I wake up, it's a daily fight, but when the bombs drop, I'ma take flight. Esau is a damn devil, Lord knows I'ma put his ass to work, cause when Christ come, I'ma take mine line, and when I get the power, I'ma kick his ass. Israel in my foresight, and Christ is black, he is not white. Be strong in the Lord and his might. Better keep the laws, don't take them light. Keep sinning and it's gon' bite. This the last chance, you better get it right. If you fall out, then you gon' smite, cause that's what he don't like. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Yeah, we gon' take it down. Take it down, we gon' take it down. If you keep the law, then put your fists up in the air.
Oh, we
in
live?
the air. Take
Hey,
it down, we gon' take
Shalom,
it down.
Moses Christ,
Yeah.
bless Israel.
We gon' take it down. Take
This
it
is
down.
casting
Take
down
it down, we gon'
imagination.
take it down. Take sin and we
I
put
can't
it
even
in the
hear
real.
myself.
In the real. Take it down, we gon' take it down.
You still
Yeah.
understand?
We gon' take it down.
Can they hear me?
Take it down, we gon' take it down. If you keep the law, then put your fists up in the air. In the air. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Yeah. We gon' take it down. Take it down. Take it down, we gon' take it down. Take sin and we put it in the real.
Shalom, most high in Christ, bless Israel. This is casting down imaginations. I'm Officer Noah,
And I'm Soldier Saul.
and we going over faith and actions because they go hand in hand. You gotta have faith. Faith without works is dead. So we finna get into it, and I'm gonna start the scripture off and start this thing off right in Sirach chapter 2 and verse 1.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thy come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
That temptation is you being pulled back into the world. Everything that you used to love is going to try to pull you right back out. The things that you hate today is the things that you loved in the world, and it's going to try to draw you back into loving the things that you hate now. Read. So hold on. And it goes vice versa for the people that's on the outside looking in. Like, you hear all the time, man, IUIC, man, y'all so great, man. I be listening to your classes on YouTube, and I got the flyer last week, and, man, what y'all brothers is saying is true, man. I love what y'all doing. Keep doing what y'all doing. All right, bro, come keep the Sabbath with us. Oh, man, I'm busy on Saturday, you know. I got that thing, you know, so I'll be there.
I got that barbecue. I got this barbecue. I got to
So
go cook this pork.
it works hand in hand. People be like, what y'all say is true, man. I never believed in white Jesus, man. Church was lying. I ain't been there in like 15 years. Well, come join us if it's so true. Nah, man, I can't do it. Read that again.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thy come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So just wait. It's going to come. It's going to start with your family. It's going to start with your inner family, your brothers, your cousins, your daughters, and things of that nature. Friends. Read.
Set thy heart aright
Set your heart aright because work going to be coming after you now. Read.
and constantly endure.
Matter of fact, I used to drive trucks, and when I got into that field, they was telling me like, oh yeah, we're gonna get you home on this day and that day. You're not gonna have that much road time. You're gonna have plenty of home time. I was out for 3 weeks straight, came home for 3 days and went out 3 weeks straight. That's enough home time, and I barely made enough money. My wife was pregnant with my son at the same time, and she's like, I'm gonna have this baby. She, in her mind, I'm gonna have this baby all by myself. I'm like, it looks like it. And sure enough, I was at the border of Arizona and Mexico on my way to Laredo, Texas, while she's giving birth to my son.
Oh, man.
And I'm a brand new brother in the truth at this point. Brand new brother. And I'm listening to my wife give birth to my first son, my second child. And I'm like, Esau, the devil. He said, I'm going to have home time, and it was only going to be this long. And I have to listen to my son coming into the world. I was so angry. But those are some of the perils that you're going to have to go through.
Right.
Since y'all already heard that we going over perils and things of that nature. Going over perils and getting some of the class before we start the class.
Yeah.
Had some technical difficulties. Start that back up at verse 1.
All right. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thy come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Constantly endure, because as soon as you fight off one problem, there's 3 more. You fight off them 2, there's 10 more. And then the people that you thought was like, hey, man, you was my best friend. You always helped me through situations. But you got that Bible on your side now. Now they were like, bro, I'm not with you no more.
Right.
Hey, you get off that Bible though. Eat this pork sandwich with me though. I'll be on your side. Right.
Yeah.
Right. They your friends when you doing evil. And that's what kills me. You be out there robbing, stealing, killing, hustling, doing the most. And your family be like, man, I wish you'll find God and get out the streets and stop doing me like this. Be loyal to me. And the woman at home, why don't you just be loyal to me and stop cheating on me and treat me this way? Give you that whole baby boy syndrome. And as soon as you say, woman, you got to submit, come out them pants. I know I'm getting it together, but this is what the Bible says.
Right.
They want the old you back now.
Right.
Like that was working then. I don't get it. What you?
Hey, you said something very heavy. I don't even know if you noticed it though, but it says constantly endure,
Right.
because you're gonna constantly have to endure at home. What you said with your wife and at work, and even like when you're long time, you're gonna have to constantly endure. Like the fight never ends, so
Right.
you have to constantly endure. So I just want to touch on that part real quick, because this fight is a constant fight. It never ends.
Right. Hey, let me add on to that too. It's also going into handling the situation. If you noticing you handling the situation as a Negro and not as a spiritual person of the Most High God, that you're not enduring. Thus said the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You're enduring. You're like in America. You're Americanized. So you got to shake that off. Constantly endure with the scriptures.
Right. And that next verse for that question that just popped up on Periscope. This next verse, in verse 3, it's going to answer that question. But this is something I just developed, brand new. Y'all finna hear something that only a few brothers heard last night in a conversation.
Straight off the pot.
Tell you, straight, clean. This is what I had to develop for myself. It just dawned on me. Peace hours.
Yes.
Peace hours.
That even sounds good, bro.
Now, that's what I'm saying. I have to count my peace hours. How many peace hours did I get today? How many minutes did I get to sit down, decompose, or what's the word? Decompress. Is that the word?
Yeah, I don't know about decompose.
Yeah, I don't want to decompose.
But you pretty much want to relax.
Yeah, relax.
Chill out, man. Yeah.
And say, all right, man, gather all my thoughts together and eat a good meal, get something good to drink, and take a break. And then, boom, back at it. Back moving and grooving.
Right.
I'm like, yesterday, I think I got about an hour of peace. Ain't that what it was? Like 30 minutes to an hour of peace?
like that.
Yeah, because I was running all day yesterday. From the morning show until like 12. So I'm like, I think I got a good enough peace hours yesterday.
Right.
But read verse 3.
Verse 3.
This is the answer right here.
Cleave unto him and depart not away.
And how you do that is surrounding yourself by like-minded people. Because if you go to your friends in the world, they're going to give you bad advice that work for worldly situations. Right. They're not going to give you the advice of, okay, I know you're dealing with this problem and you can't see it through right now. Read this. It's like we like doctors with these scriptures. Read this scripture here and just let it ride out. Or this is how this prophet handled this situation. They're going to say, hey, man, just take this blunt. I'm going to fix you up a drink. We're going to get you drunk. And then we're going to go to the club and you can forget about all your problems. Right. After you come down off that high and away from that hangover, your problem is still there. Right. You just didn't do anything but escape the feeling of it. Nobody gave you a clear solution of what to do. So read that again.
The book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away. So
don't go away. Don't, because brothers will find themselves like, I'm going through all these problems, man. You know what? I'm not in a good spirit, man. I'm just going to chill at the house. I'm just chill at the house. I'm not even going to go to the Sabbath. I'm not going to call nobody because, man, I'm not in a good mood. I don't want to bring nobody else down by how I feel. It said, cleave unto him and depart not away. Read.
That thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Read.
Whatsoever is brought unto thee, take cheerfully.
Take it cheerfully because it's only going to last for a season. It's to try you to see if you really about this. We in Sirach chapter 2 and verse 4. Read.
And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
So that lower state is when you fall into depression, when you fall into hard times. Financially, you lost your job. You and your wife, or the husband and wife, they not getting together. The kids is on your everlasting nerve. They on their umpteenth question for the 3rd hour that they've been awake. Like, dear God, why did I have kids? Why? He started off so good, they're innocent, and then it's 6:45 and they asking me for some cereal. Right. Like, who told you to wake up at 6:45? How did you even get out the crib?
Right.
This is supposed to be my day off and you calling me in to work. What's wrong with these people? You gonna get tried. Read.
For gold is tried in the fire.
For what?
For gold is tried in the fire.
Israel is what?
It is tried in the fire.
Gold is tried in the fire. You that gold that's in the fire, Israel. Read.
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
So you're going to be gold or stubble? Are you going to be the pieces of the gold that got melted off that didn't make it to that final finish, the final finish of the process of making gold? I was telling another brother, like, I consider my household like my situations, it's like a clam. And when if you've ever watched any Discovery Channel and you see the process that a clam has to go through to make a pearl, it's a very rough and dangerous process for the clam. It could kill the clam or can not make a pearl. And the clam could lose its life trying to make the pearl. But when it makes that pearl, it's a beautiful stone. That's Israel. That's what this verse is explaining about. Find that pure gold. Read.
Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him.
So order your way aright. Then that's keeping the commandments, taking godly advice. Give me Romans, I think it is. Romans 6. It just popped in my head. Romans 6. Matter of fact, get Romans 3 first.
Romans 3, start at verse
1.
Okay. This is the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 1. What advantage then hath the Jew?
What advantage do we have? These commandments.
Right.
Being chosen amongst all the other people on the face of the earth.
Right.
Having a set government on what to do and what not to do. That's the ultimate advantage. He told us how to set up a government. All these other nations had to figure it out for themselves or go to other people to see how they did it to form their government. But the Most High gave us one and said it'll work, and I will never leave you. And I'm going to increase you if you do what I tell you to do. Right. Abundantly. Read.
Or what is there, or what profit is there of circumcision?
Read.
Much every way.
Every way. That circumcision is the covenant. Read.
Chiefly because that unto them were committed to the oracles of God.
Because you was given this. You was given this Bible. You were given the living God. Read.
For what if some did not believe?
Okay, so what if you don't believe that you're going to come out of that situation? Read.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
Because you made a hasty decision and it fell through, that makes this Bible untrue?
God forbid.
No. You lost your patience.
Right.
Is that it on that?
No, sir. Yea, let God be true and every man a liar.
So let God be true. The Most High is going to see you through your situations.
Right.
Jump to 1 Corinthians is what it was, 6. 1 Corinthians chapter 6. That's what I was talking about. Don't go to your worldly friends. Don't go to, when you're in a depressed state, when you're in a state of hopelessness, don't go running to your family. Don't go running to your parents. If you found comfort in something of the world and that's what you're yearning to do, it's like a fiend on drugs. Like their body can't operate, or an alcoholic, a functional alcoholic. Their body can't operate without getting drunk, without getting high. That's what it's like with us running back to the world. Well, it worked for me back then. Before I was in the truth, that worked for me. So I'm going to run back to that. Read this.
Verse 9.
Verse 6:1. 6:1.
Okay. It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 1. Dare any of you, having a matter against another, go to the law before the unjust?
So you going to go to the world before you go to the law? Read.
And not before the saints?
So you ain't going to speak to the men that's given the understanding and take the advice and use it. They're giving you wisdom because 9 times out of 10, well, pretty much 10 times out of 10, they've either gone through it, seen someone go through it, and made it through, or seen the complete opposite because they didn't choose the advice.
Right. Right. It's very heavy. I see people go through that a lot with money situations. They used to hustling or getting it their way like they used to in the world, and don't know how to function in the truth. You know, when they come to money issues, so they fall back and start selling dope again and stuff like that, and they lose themselves.
Right, and that's very pivotal what you just said, because they don't have faith in the Most High. They don't have faith in their brothers. Right. You don't think your brothers can help you get out of the situation. Right. You don't think your brothers can help you pay your rent or your mortgage. Right. You don't have faith that your brother can counsel you on your situations, on the trials and tribulations that you're currently going through. That just shows a lack of faith.
Right.
That ant just popped out of nowhere. He just said, "Hey, I'm getting the scriptures too. Hey, bro, you gotta go."
Not today.
I thought it was a spider at first. I was not gonna panic, but I'm like, I see a lot of legs. Okay, that's an ant. It's just a tiny ant. It's not a spider. Hey, read that.
Okay. Verse 2. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world?
So we're supposed to be the judges of this world. So why would you go to the world to get worldly advice?
Right.
That you know the prophecy that this world is destined to be demolished. The Most High is going to destroy this world for its wisdom because they thought that it could debunk the Bible. The world thought that they were higher than the Most High. So you want to go to them for judgment and guidance on what to do with your life versus versus his saints that he sent. Was that it?
No, sir.
Read.
And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
So, are you unworthy to judge these small matters? Because the Most High, look, dealing with your kids, that's a small matter. Deciding, hey, should I sell drugs or should I just go get a job? Even though I'm a convict, should I just go back to what I was used to or just get a job?
Right.
That's a small matter.
You want to go to Damien for advice when he's been locked up for selling drugs 2 or 3 times, as opposed to your brother who has a good job. You know what I'm saying? Who has a 9 to 5, paying his bills, paying his alms, doing diligent works, but said you want to go to somebody in the world for some worldly advice.
It makes no sense.
Right.
It don't add up at all.
Give me John chapter 7 and verse 38. Right. Get a couple of examples. Because this is what, well, not an example. This is what Christ was saying to us back then.
You said John chapter 7?
7 and 38. John 7 and 38.
It's the book of John, chapter 7, verse 38. He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
So, if you believe Christ exactly as is written, you're going to get to where you need to be. You're going to be successful in this truth. That goes back to Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8. If you keep the commandments, you're going to prosper. You're going to get the things that you need to get at your level.
Right.
Give me, you finished that, right?
Yes, sir.
Give me, Mark 9.
Let's see.
Mark chapter 9 and verse 14.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 14. And when he came to his disciples and saw a great multitude about them, and the scribes questioning with them, and straightway all the people, when they beheld him, were greatly amazed, and running to him saluted him, and asked the scribes, what question ye with them? And one of the multitudes answered and said, Master, I have brought unto thee my son, which had a dumb spirit.
So this son had a dumb spirit. He was doing all types of things. He couldn't get right. It just like the all the other men, like we can't do nothing with him. Like, I don't know how to get this spirit off of this kid. We can't do anything with him. Read.
Verse 18. And wheresoever he taketh him, he teareth him, and formeth him, and garnished with his teeth, and penneth away, and speaks gnashed with his teeth, and penneth away, and spake to thy disciples that they should cast him out, and they could not.
So he didn't have a mind to his body couldn't function. He couldn't function his own body. He had no control over his body. He was foaming at the mouth. He was gnashing his teeth. He it was a crazy situation, and the boy couldn't do anything about it. And in the process, we tried our best. Read.
And he answered him and said, O faithless,
O
faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him unto me.
Read.
And they brought him unto him. And when he saw him, straightway the spirit tore him, and he fell on the ground and well foaming. And he answered his father, How long is it ago since this came unto him? He said, Of a child.
So since he was a child, he's been in this state. And then Christ come up and released this spirit. Esau called it, Down syndrome, retardation. I don't want to use impolitical words. I don't want to offend anybody, but that's the type of spirit that he had on him. And we as people with our physical eyes, we like, he just going to have to deal with that the rest of his life. That's his illness. There's no treatment that you can get rid of that. You can't get rid of Down syndrome. He was like that since he was a kid. But Christ stepped on the scene and was like, look, you faithless. The Most High can change any situation. You just got to have enough faith. Because we be thinking, oh, man, doctor just said I got cancer. I got 98 days to live. They're going to give me all these treatments and this treatments to make it better. And it's going to be painful. But, I just keep my faith in Christ. I'm washed in the blood of Jesus. Hallelujah. Read that again, O faithless generation.
The book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 19. He answered him and said, O faithless generation.
It's because the people didn't have any faith that the Most High had this kind of power to change this situation. He can change any situation. So dealing with the small matters, you having problems at home with your wife and kids, all you got to do is keep the commandments. And the Most High is going to gradually change that situation for you as long as you're found blameless in the situation. Give me that. And is it Timothy or John? Titus.
Timothy, 2 Timothy's.
Yeah, give me one of them too.
And while he getting that, remember the phone lines are open. 405-293-2029. Again, that's 405-293-2029. Make sure you call in.
AZ just walked off in the building.
I wasn't going to say that. He just slid right on.
Hey, man, that's how I do it, man. Slid right on in here. They probably like, wait a minute, when did he get here? Wait a minute. He been there the whole time?
Hey, it went from light to dark. It went dark to light.
Dark-skinned brothers go. Hey, look, I'm black into the ground.
It's the book of 2 Timothy.
The top of the ground,
huh? On the beach.
Right.
It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 10. For Demetrius have forsaken me.
No, not that. Bishop must be blameless.
1 Timothy 3.
Bishop must be blameless. Because all of us is aspiring to be leaders. All of us are aspiring to be leaders. Leaders in this truth, leaders to our people, leaders in our homes. And with that mentality, we're going to be raising up leaders. So we got to have that example. Read.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 1. This is a true saying. If a man desires the office of a bishop, he desires a good work. A bishop then must be blameless.
So to even get to this point, you already got to start the pattern of good works to say, hey, yeah, I want to consider him to be moved up. I like what he's doing, so I'm going to consider him to move this way. Put him on this, put him on that. See how he do. You got to show a pattern of good works when considering this, because it just don't say, you know what, I'm going to be a bishop. I'm going to study, and I'm going to just study and do nothing. Read that again.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 1. This is a true saying. If a man desires the office of a bishop, he desires a good work. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach.
So we got to be all these things, and we got to be able to make judgments. You got to prove that you can have a situation and make a good judgment in this situation. That's the blameless part. And in it all, you got to be sober. That's why I go back to those peace hours, because you'll lose your dealing with this nation. Even Solomon was like, give me the wisdom that I need to lead this people. That's a heavy burden when you got to lead the people and make decisions that they don't think that they can make. And make the right decisions, because when you don't, it's back on you. Like, well, such and such gave me this and told me to do it this way, and I did it and it didn't work, and now I'm in a worse state. That's what as a leader, those are the things that you have to deal with in making decisions. So being blameless, sober-minded, people got to see how you treat your wife, how you treat your kids, how you conduct yourself when you got to go out into the world and handle your business within the truth. Are you still the same person? Are you fake? Was that it on that?
Yes, sir.
What you got? You look like you was going to say something.
No, I need my backpack. It's right beside you. I'm sorry. But like Officer Noah was bringing out, you're going to have trials and tribulations. You're going to have to make decisions. You're going to have stressful times. And it's all about how you deal with it and how you overcome that trial and tribulation. What you got?
Matthew 17 and 20.
The book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 20. And Jesus said unto them, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed.
Actually, start up. Go back to, because this is the same account. Go to 16, because it's going to explain it in a different version on what was taking place in Mark. Read.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 16. And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him.
So he was telling us in Mark that here's my son. He has a dumb spirit on him, and the disciples couldn't do anything about it. Read.
Then Jesus answered and said, O faithless and preserve generation. Perverse generation. How long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me.
So Christ said, I'm going to do it myself. Because, hey, that Christ is a bad man on this earth. And he had it all. And the disciples
of him. And the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples to Jesus apart and said, why couldn't we cast him out? And Jesus said unto them, because your unbelief.
Because we stopped believing in this prophecy. We stopped believing in the Most High, that there is a God. He said that he was going to help us through any situation, regardless on what it was, as long as you obeyed me. That goes back to Deuteronomy 28. Matter of fact, get that. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. Because that's all Christ is saying in this verse. Deuteronomy 28, 15.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Lose your faith. Start following other customs, other people. Read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So that's why that young man was in that situation, because we as a nation lost faith. We lost faith and couldn't get right. All of us are in that same, all of us are and were in that same dumb state. Thinking in white man Jesus and Christmas and Thanksgiving, that's a dumb spirit. When the evidence is right there in front of you. You got something? Give me, go back to that. Finish that, 20. Matthew 17, 20.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 20. And Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed.
Even if you have a little bit of faith, you can't all the way see that you're going to make it out of this situation. Read.
Ye shall say unto the mountain, remove hence yonder place.
Why? Because you got a God. You have a God right there before you that's going to help you get through those obstacles. That's why I was like, I don't even recognize myself.
Hey, quick question. Can everybody see and hear? Can everybody see us and hear us? I know we're having some technical difficulties.
Yeah,
but can everybody see and hear?
It's freezing up.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it went down on this one.
On which one?
On Periscope.
Yeah, it went down.
Yeah,
it's
said,
back up now. Okay,
hear.
cool. All right.
All praises. All praises. Read what you got again.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 20. And Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall be removed, and nothing shall be impossible unto you.
Now, with that being said, get James 1 and Hebrews 11.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for.
So, faith is what we hope for. It's not necessarily something that you can see. You can't see 5-10 years down the road, but you got goals to get you to tomorrow, to the next day, and that day, and 3 years up. You have goals set in place to get there. Read that again.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
So a man sitting in prison, like, I'm going to get out, I'm going to do right. I got a release date, and as soon as I get out, I'm not going to go back to that old life. I'm going to set everything right. I'm going to do my best to get a good job. I'm going to get into my kid's life, and I'm going to set all these goals in front of me before I hit the ground running so I can do these things. But what happens is, Sirach chapter 2 happens. You get tempted. You don't know anybody else. All you know is the people that you knew before you went in, and a couple people that got out before you. So you can't see everything, but you're hoping for those things. Read it again.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
So when reality actually hits, the mother of your children don't want nothing to do with you, and she's raised the kids to have the same emotion because they never saw you. They never knew about you. You don't exist to them. Right. So now it's an opposition in front of you of that goal that you tried to reach of being in your kid's life. Now you're like, okay, I can't, that's going to take some time. I'll work that out, but I'm going to still get a job. I'm not going to go back to the streets. 3 months later, you broke. The program that they set you up with, it only lasted you those 3 months, and you got to figure it out for the 4th month, right. And you still ain't found no job. Everybody looking at you like, you way out of touch. You have no skills. I'm not hiring you. He was like, you know what, I'm just working at McDonald's. No, I can't do that. That ain't enough money because I got this bill due and this bill due. Read that again.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
So, because we can't see what's in front of us, we got to have faith in the scriptures, keeping the commandments. That's going to get us through the situation. You're going to be able to network through your own brothers to get these oppositions out of the way. You never know what brother owns his own business. That's why it's so profitable to network within IUIC, because we fall into hard times, and that's what this is really pushing us into, is to gather ourselves up together and stop relying on the other nations. We need to rely on ourselves more and more, because we're going to have people that's in these situations and they don't know how to get through. James chapter 1, verse 1.
It's the book of James, chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad.
So, shalom, UK, all the states in America. Shalom to all of y'all. Hear this word. Read.
My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
So you're going to get patience out of getting tried. You're going to learn, like, okay, I need to move quicker in this way. I need to include this person in case this falls away. You're going to gain patience and some understanding on how to get out of that situation instead of making hasty decisions. Read.
But let patience have her perfect work.
Let patience have her perfect work. Because some of us need our patience tried. Me, I came out of the world with straight anger issues. I had no patience. If it didn't work how I wanted to work, when I say I want it to work, I'm angry. And that's a demon that I'm still fighting today. Read.
That ye may be perfect and entire.
So you know how to handle your situations in the spirit. Read.
Wanting nothing.
Read.
If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God.
So if you don't understand your situation, pray. Use the prophets that's among you. Use this Bible. Romans 15:4. It never fails. Read.
They give it to all men liberally, and braid it not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith.
And that's the good thing about the Most High. I almost let you skip past that. At liberty, he's giving you the understanding. You just got to open your spiritual eyes and ears to hear what he's telling you on how to do certain situations. Read.
But let him ask in faith, not wavering. For he that waveth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed.
That's your emotions being pulled back and forth, because you go to your mama for advice, you went to the prophets for advice,
Right.
then you went to your cousin that got 5 baby daddies, and you asking her for marital advice. Obviously, she ain't figured it out, so why would you go to her? Why would you go to your drunk uncle to get some sober advice? It makes no sense. That's your emotions getting pulled back and forth. I want to listen to the prophets, but I tried it already and it ain't working. Well, you're not being patient. And then you still got the itching ear to go run to somebody else to see if you can find it a different way. Read.
Verse 7. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord.
Read.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
So a double-minded man. You are, some people come into this like, I'm going to listen to the Bible, but I'm going to listen to this too and see which one works first. Read that again.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
You can't be like that because there is a God. You can lie to us all you want to, but Most High knows your true intentions. He know the heart. Give me, I think I want Romans 5 and 3.
All right, got you.
Romans 5 and 3.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 5, verse 3. And not only so, but we glorify in tribulation also.
We glory in this because we know that we're going to be stronger after we conquer it. Boy, once you get in that mind state like, dang, I've been broke for 5 months. Barely hanging on, man. I've been eating soup. I've been eating bread.
Ramen.
Boy, I couldn't even afford to pay the water bill. I don't even know how I made it through this month. Boy, I barely paid the rent, man. I had to chop it up in pieces. Boy, how did I make it through this? Read.
Knowing that tribulations worketh patience.
Read.
And patience experience.
So now when you get that patience and you get the experience from waiting so long, like 3 months, and you just barely, you scraping the pot like, man, I'm still hungry. I don't know how I'm going to feed the kids.
Right.
You gain experience. So now you see where you made an error. It ain't that you necessarily sinned or you made a great mistake. It's just something happened and it put you back. Be patient because now you're going to get experience. Okay, I see this coming. If it happens next time, I'm already prepared. I'm going to knock this thing out and I'm not even going to have this problem again. Read.
And experience hope.
Now you have hope that you can get through it. Dang, I made it through this month. I'm going to be honest with y'all. We're going to take a break after I tell this story. Last month, I was in this predicament. I had the money to pay my mortgage, but other bills came out on top of that. So I'm like $100 and something short for my mortgage. So I'm like, dang, I'm going to have to miss this whole month, get a late fee for my mortgage, and pay the late mortgage, and I won't have the money for the next month coming. There's no food in the house. We just, whatever we got, we there. Kids wake up like, I want a peanut butter and jelly. We ain't got no bread. Go into the kitchen. There ain't no jelly no more either. So all they got is peanut butter. I'm like, well, we can't make you that. What we gonna make you? My kids don't eat the oatmeal, so I'm like, I don't know what to feed these kids. I don't eat meat, so my wife got to make 2 different meals for herself, the kids, and me. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to quit. I'm gonna have to quit this diet so she can cut down on the expenses. So I'll just eat meat so she don't have to make 2 different meals and figure it out. It's just causing her extra stress.
Right.
So, and taking away money. So I'm like, okay, I still got to pay the rest of these bills, and the mortgage is already late. So you know what? Forget it. I'm going to pay the bills, forget the mortgage, and I'll figure it out next month. Most High looked out for me. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to miss this next payment, and I'm not going to be able to pay the late fee either. Most High looked out for me, fixed the whole thing. I kept moving, kept working on the school, kept hanging around the brothers, and it worked. Read verse 5 again. No, verse 3 and 4.
All right. It's the book of Romans, chapter 5, verse 3. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also.
Thank God you put me through that situation because I stayed in the spirit for the most part in the situation. I lost a little bit of hope. I lost a little bit of patience. I probably dealt with certain situations wrong, and I probably aggravated my whole family in my emotions. But I made it through. Read.
Knowing that tribulations worketh patience.
Now my patience is at ease. I got them peace hours. Read.
Verse 4. And patience, experience.
Now I got some new experience to bring to the next tribulation. Read.
And experience, hope.
Now I have hope that I can make it through any situation. That's that faith small as a mustard seed. Is that it on that?
Oh, you can go to verse 5?
Yeah.
Verse 5. And hope maketh not ashamed.
People going to call you a fool. You're a fool for taking that advice. It ain't going to work. Read.
Because the love of God is shed abroad in our hearts by the Holy Ghost, which is given to us all.
We got the commandments.
That's right.
We got the wisdom.
That's right.
Now we add that faith in Christ. We unstoppable. That's what we trying to get to as a nation. But we finna take a quick break, quick musical break. Hope y'all enjoy the tunes. What's that? Sons of God Volume 2. It's out right now. Go to the website.
No, Sons of God Volume 2 ain't out right now.
The preliminary hearings.
The pre-release to the Sons of God Volume 2 is out. So make sure y'all go cop that Sons of God album.com. So when we come back, it's IUIC Radio casting down imaginations.
And y'all let us know if we got the sound off this time.
Sounds off now. It sounds off.
Yeah. Transgression. I bet they didn't think I was gonna come this hard. But he saw the goddamn devil. Yeah, sprang up out the dirt, had to dust the coffin off I was sleeping in. If you ain't in the truth, this album probably gon' be hard to understand. Had to exit, feel disconnected from the world, I can say it feel refreshing. Everybody I try to save, hey, scripture thrown in your face. Understanding it elevated as I started to get more serious. Question after question, it was late nights, had to say I was so curious. Felt my life coming to a halt, saw the things I was giving up. God had to try me by the reins. He said you can't serve both of us. Choose me or you choose the world. Choose the drugs or you choose the word. Felt so miseducated, was a lot of things that I had never heard. Had my pad out every Sabbath, it was new to me, taking notes in church. This life a little different, man, ain't nothing fake, flawed or commercial.
I put it all on the line. I'm going hard for my God. I know it ain't that much time. I gotta get on the job. Every day I'm putting bricks in. Feel like ancient Egypt, how we back to work. Rule the shit for the 12 tribes. We fight the rain on the whole earth.
Grew up back in ancient Egypt. Somehow I'm still the same slave today. Assyria up to Babylon. Man, the nation's gonna have a lot to pay. Persia, Mede, East Indian, all the way up to the time of Greece. Alexander had the earth quiet. He was conquering all the dark nations. Growing up in the time of Rome. Gladiators in the Colosseum. Entertainers for the other nations. Nowadays the change, we get paid the bill. Everybody on the YOLO wave. Living in the moment, carpe diem. Death toll, high body counts. The Lord gon' send a death angel. I was just trying to give the scripture, proving everything that we learned was lies. You was just trying to be rebellious, saying I ain't know enough about God. You say that I'm misinformed. You say that you think I'm crazy. You say that I'm about religion. I'm about my people nationality. We the chosen ones of God. I can prove my point with the Holy Bible. The message is we the greatest people. That's beautiful. My emoji smiling. Same book they broke our brains with. Prophesied about the slave ships. Same book we gon' reign with. Speak about our kingship, and you know it.
I put it all on the line. I'm going hard for my God. I know it ain't that much time. I gotta get on the job. Every day I'm putting bricks in. Feel like ancient Egypt, how we back to work. Rule the shit for the 12 tribes. We fight the rain on the whole earth. I put it all on the line. I'm going hard for my God. I know it ain't that much time. I gotta get on the job. Every day I'm putting bricks in, feel like ancient Egypt, how we back to work. Rule the ship for the 12 tribes, we fight the rain on the whole earth. Every day I'm putting bricks in, feel like ancient Egypt, how we back to work. Rule the ship for the 12 tribes, we fight the rain on the whole earth.
Turn it up. Yeah. Call all the deacons up. Call them up now. Ask if we linking up. Ask if we linking up. What time no sleeping time? 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 Call up the deacons, bro. Call them up now. Ask if we linking up. Ask if we linking up. What time no sleeping time? What time no sleeping time? Wake up the sleeping tribe. Wake up the sleeping tribe. Call up the deacons, bro. Call them up now. Ask if we linking up. No. What time no sleeping time? 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 Call all the deacons up. Call them up now. Ask if we linking up. What we linking up? What time no sleeping time? Any minute now. Wake up the sleeping tribes.
I said I had to call him up. I made the phone call a Deke like, what's up? Is you ready for war? He replied, been ready for war. Been ready for a battle with swords. And I respect him cause he fought many wars. I humble down to what the scriptures say and give doubles to the elders that been leading the way. I know it's hard in this walk and they've been walking for years. So when I'm weak in the flesh, they voice it into my ears. A young man trying to soak the wisdom, gain the knowledge, apply the scriptures. Wrong decisions leave me senseless. Dear Lord, would you give me a chance? We all looking for the code to the gate. We all looking how to change our fate. Repented, so rebellious. No, I had to change my whole lifestyle. I'm getting wise now. I'm looking forward to an all-gold crown. I'm just praying at the Lord, looking down with a smile, you know.
Call all the deacons up.
Call them up now.
Ask if we linking up.
Ask if we linking up.
What time no sleeping time?
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 Call up the deacons, bro.
Call them up now.
Ask if we linking up.
Ask if we linking up.
What time no sleeping time?
What time no sleeping time?
Wake up the sleeping tribe.
Wake up the sleeping tribe.
Call up the deacons, bro.
Call them up now.
Ask if we linking up.
No.
What time no sleeping time?
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 Call all the deacons up.
Call them up now.
Ask if we linking up.
Yeah, we might have to call the big guns in on this one, man.
Any minute now.
Wake up the sleeping tribes.
I think we gonna need a little assistance.
Bishop gave the green light. Yeah, we about that action. Call up all the regions and assemble all the factions. This is an organized nation and we active. It's time to get at them. Another shot dead in the street. Response time is imminent, less than a week. Our people need this medicine to wake them up from sleeping. How the hell they gonna get it if it ain't IUIC? Steady looking for the light, but they can't quite see. Trying to take a deep breath, but they can't quite breathe. Still looking to a nation that'll never save thee. Wondering why they let their blood in the street. When our blood is unique, she ain't never been taught that. Through Christ, yeah, buddy, we been brought back. How you in the fight for black life and never fought back? Promise in your town, it's going down. We want it all back, all that.
Call all the deacons up.
Call them up now.
Hey man, this thing is amazing.
Ask if we linking up.
What time no sleeping time?
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 Call up the deacons, bro.
Hey,
Call them up now.
if you wanted to.
Ask if we linking up.
What time no sleeping time?
What
It's
time no
time for our
sleeping
people to
time?
come back to God's law, statutes, and commandments.
Call all the deacons up.
Call them up
Yeah.
now.
Ask if we linking up.
No.
Hey, we calling all the
What time no
soldiers,
sleeping time?
What time no sleeping
all the
time?
officers, all the captains,
All the deacons
all
up.
the
Call them
deacons,
up now.
Ask if we linking
all the
up.
bishops.
What we linking up?
What time no sleeping time?
Any
Hey.
minute now.
Wake up the sleeping tribes.
Let's win this battle, y'all. Yeah. One time for righteousness. One time for the saints of the Most High God. Yeah. And one time for the sisters too, supporting the troops. You know how I do. Yeah. Hey man, we out of here, man. Wartime, war ready.
And in their mind, they know that the day is coming, but they feel like they're gonna have that moment where right before they die, they're like, Lord, forgive me, and that it's all gonna be okay. Look,
I know my transgressions had your ears blocked. Lord, I wonder if you hear me now. Know it's been a little while since I held a conversation with you. I'm just praying that you hear me out. All the times I rejected your call just to ride the other line with the devil. You ain't hold no importance to me. Yeah, it take a lot of pain to admit it. It sound crazy you was last, and that ain't how it's supposed to be. Who am I to try to outrun God? Who am I to try to outrun God? Who am I to try to Who am I to think I run my life? Who am I to think I run my life? Who am I? The devil had me blind, but you came through and cleared up my sight. I was walking in dark, got no vision at night. I was staying to the left and you was pulling me right. I was on my last leg, but I'm still in the fight. It's the law that damn demanding. Will the truth cause me way more damage? Will the lies make me feel at ease? Will I feel better if I'm put back to sleep? Will the Lord hit me out when I fall on my knees? Will I keep on changing, huh? Do you feel the pain inside when I'm lying in my bed at night? I start to wonder, will I be alright? Yeah.
I say my prayers in the nighttime. I hope that things will be alright. Praying for the sunshine. I need your mercy over my life. New creation, I see the changes. Praying fast just to keep from danger. This wrong in my lifetime.
In the scriptures, it's like a cheat code for the world. It's like a cheat code for
Yeah, that's what it is. Bruh. I told this to somebody. I said, yo, it's really like, it's like the Most High took us to the future, showed us what's gonna happen and everything, and then he brought us back. And now we feel like we woke up in a dream, and we like, damn, did I see the future? I see this happening. I know this was going. This man, the devil. This man is the devil. Our people worshiping him. Like, no, y'all gotta understand, this nigga is the devil.
You right, it is.
This nigga is the devil. I'm trying to show y'all this, but see, people don't understand it because they haven't been to the future with us. You see what I'm saying? We done been to the future. We done seen everything. We done seen the world collide. We done seen Christ come back. We done seen everything get destroyed. We done seen us in rulership, and then we come back and we like, oh, was that a dream?
Yeah. I say my prayers in the nighttime. I hope that things will be alright. Praying for the sunshine. I need your mercy over my life. New creation, I see the changes. Praying fast just to keep from danger. This wrong.
And we start seeing it all play out the same way it happened. And we like, yo, I've seen this before. No, don't commit adultery. You know what I'm saying?
I'm tired, Lord. I'm tired of the fussing, tired of the mourning. Yeah, I'm tired of the struggling, tired of barely making ends meet with a job that means nothing. These heathens got me stressing. Lord, please bring that destruction. I'm just praying that I stay strong to see that recompense. Putting on the whole armor of God, the Bible's my defense. So I direct my thoughts to right, cause I'm his chosen people. And please believe he coming back to save us out of Egypt.
I'm tired of the struggle, tired of the beat, tired of the pressure. I pray God to forgive me what you answer. I'm calling, oh I pray God that you hear me. Could you please send me a blessing? Oh I'm in need of a healing. I said I'm tired of the struggle, tired of the beat, tired of the pressure. I pray God to forgive me what you answer. I'm calling, oh I pray God that you hear me. Could you please send me a blessing? Oh I'm in need of a healing. tired of being so tired. Lord knows what we've been through. Sick of slaving, gotta serve a heathen. Y'all bearing witness cause you in it too. Lord, don't leave, we destitute. Pray for peace, negate the truth. Ass backers with a twist of ignorance. We earned this issue, y'all know it's true. Got a knack for doing the opposite what you told us to. Take your pick, broke it too. Forgot these laws got sold too. A bunch of dingy hippies with no shoes. Real brute beast, no soul to lose. Can't complain, no excuse. Sick and tired and we need a healing. Please hear the prayer of your chosen few. I'm tired of the struggle. Tired of the beat. Tired of the oppression. I pray God that you forgive me. Would you answer? I'm calling. Oh, I pray God that you hear me. Could you please send me a blessing? Oh, I'm in need of a healing. I said I'm tired of the struggle. Tired of the beat. Tired of the oppression. I pray God that you forgive me. Would you answer? I'm calling. Oh, I pray God that you hear me. Could you please send me a blessing? Oh, I'm in need of a healing. Deuteronomy 28:65. I'm tired trying to cast behind sorrows of mine and die. Now live again in your kingdom. All I know to doing struggles. Hustle, the Lord's my strength, my muscle. 2 John verse 6. I love you, wanna see you recompense. I double so rock 36. My prayer, watch me thoroughly. Mine iniquity. Psalms 109 sounds failure. Pray you hear me clearly when the road gets weary. Steer me as I strive, not draw. Near me, most high in Christ God. You hear me? I said I'm tired of the struggle. Tired of the beat. Tired of the oppression. I pray God that you forgive me. Would you answer? I'm calling. Oh, I pray God that you hear me. Could you please send me a blessing? Oh, I'm in need of a healing. I said I'm tired of the struggle. Tired of the beat. Tired of the oppression. I pray God that you forgive me. Would you answer? I'm calling. Oh, I pray God that you hear me. Could you please send me a blessing? Oh, I'm in need of a healing. I repented then for my past life, but that past life seemed like last night. Be reminding me of that old life, all empty in that lamplight. I need some spiritual healing. I need that comforting feeling. I need that time when I'm away from home. They come and they tell me they need me, never mistreating me. When I'm feeling defeated, I just wanna feel needed. They know what to say when I need it. I never hold anger, I let it go. I never cock it and let it blow. Tears in my eyes, I let them flow. Lord in heaven, he only knows. Love of this world, I never can miss me with that. Take one to the chin and I bounce back. That's how it is, I'm like that. Tired, tired of oppression. I pray God.
We back. It's IUIC Radio casting down imagination. I know y'all missed that today. I'm boom. Wake up. We back in this thing. It's IUIC Radio casting down imaginations. And yeah, remember the phone lines are open. Ain't nobody calling today. Everybody's shy. Everybody said y'all saving up them phone calls for Fix Your Face Friday, huh?
Yeah,
is that what it is? That's what it is. Okay. All praises. Well, we're going to get back in this thing, man. Remember, the phone lines are open, 405-293-2029. Again, that's 405-293-2029. So
we jumping right back into it. Faith and action.
Faith and action.
Well, I can't hear myself. I can't hear myself.
Yeah, I can't hear.
They can't hear you, though.
I guess that's most
That's
important.
all that matters.
All right, yeah. But let's
they
get
can
it.
hear you.
I'm looking at
You
this
good
screen
now?
like, while we still? Yeah, I like
You good?
that. Yeah, I like that. That's
Hey,
good.
is everybody still on? Because the comments just disappeared. Everybody still on? Remember, if anything messes up with Periscope, go to IUICradio.com. You always hear it. It ain't no messing up over there. So if Periscope crash or something happen, IUICradio.com. That way you don't miss nothing.
All right. So we back on subject. And I forgot at the end of that story, I'm like, I didn't even close it out. I just said the Most High worked it out for me. I bet y'all like, well, all praises, he worked it out. I was able to pay both mortgages, the late one and the coming month. So all praises to the Most High that he looked out through keeping the faith. Give me second Ezra 15, start at 1.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people.
Not to the whole world, only to the Israelites. Read.
the words of prophecy,
Read.
which I will put in thy mouth,
He gonna teach us. Read.
saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper.
The Bible.
For they are faithful and true.
Read.
Fear not in their imaginations against thee. Let not the
That's this government. Don't fear what they got against you. When they say you can't, when you know you can. When the Most High said, I'll do anything for you as long as you obey. Read.
Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee,
Read.
that speak against thee.
Read.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
So you're going to die in your unfaithfulness. You lost the faith that the Most High is in charge of everything. He's in charge of everything. He know what's going to happen before it happened, and he already set it in place for it to happen. So the end result is always going to be in Israel's favor, even if it hurts. Read.
Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world.
Read.
The sword, famine, death, and destruction.
And guess what? You're in the middle of it. You're in the middle of everything. So you're gonna get affected by certain things. Just like just like Jacob was caught up in the famine in Egypt. Joseph brought them up to get them out of the famine. Them sending him into slavery was to help for something that they couldn't see in front of them. And look where we are today. Read.
Verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole world.
So
the whole earth.
You're going to be surrounded in it. You're going to be more influenced to make bad decisions, sinful decisions, than good ones. Those are the odds that set up against us. Read.
And their hurtful works are fulfilled.
And they're winning. They're winning. They got the vast majority of our people caught up in wickedness, stuck in a dumb spirit. Read.
Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely committed. Neither will I suffer them in those things.
We gonna shut this down. Read.
In which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me.
So we constantly praying, Most High, please get me out of this situation. I don't even know how I got here. Just stay with me, please. We constantly crying and begging the Most High to get us out of our trials and tribulations that's sitting before us. Read.
But hold on, let me say something. Yes, we doing that, but remember, faith and actions. If you sit here crying to the Most High, get me out of this situation, but you ain't doing nothing to get out of that situation, what you think gonna happen? You ain't no different than that's like a Christian saying, Lord, forgive me, Lord, forgive me, Lord, forgive me, Lord, but you still sinning. You still in the midst of sin. You ain't doing no actions. Remember, faith without works is dead. So you can't get mad because a lot of times what happened, they'd be like, well, I was praying, I was asking. Okay, cool. What was you doing?
Playing PlayStation when I should have been looking for a job.
Right. So if you ain't putting forth the effort, what you think what's going to happen? Nothing. You're going to be in that same situation.
And that's what used to get me. That's what gets me about our people as a whole is we'll work a dead-end job and be like, man, I want to make more money. I want to do this. I want to do this. Well, okay, you're going to have to go back to school for that. Yeah, man, I always got to go to work. I mean, you got to make a sacrifice.
Right.
You got to set yourself up to move in that direction. Or you know what? Work all those hours and go to night school or find a different job to where you can you can move stuff around. I had to do the exact same thing. You want to say something else?
Yeah, but you're 100% behind. Anyway,
hey, man,
go ahead.
We ain't got to get into that, man.
Go ahead.
We don't have to get into that, man. Hey, like 100%. Is he genuine? Read. What verse you at?
I'm in verse 8, halfway into 8. The innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
So we constantly complaining about our situation. Constantly. I'm doing right. I'm doing right. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Some of us not so much. Read.
And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
So, Most High, he's preparing that sword. And within preparing that sword, he's fixing certain situations. And certain situations, he's not ready for that. He's asking for it, but he's not ready for that. Don't put that on his spirit because he's not going to be able to handle it. He's going to get this and bug out. Well, matter of fact, go ahead and give him that and see if he bugs out. He's masterminding situations. Give me 2 Corinthians 11 and verse 26.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, you say verse 26?
26, yeah.
Verse 26. In journeying, often in perils of water, in perils of robbers.
So he had perils. Paul is explaining, like, I was having problems when I went to travel. I went to California, and on the way, my car got wrecked. And now I'm stuck in Arizona, and I ain't even made my destination.
In hot Arizona.
No, y'all good. Do y'all thing. Read that again.
It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 26. Enduring often in perils of water, in perils of robbers.
He even got robbed. This is a man of faith going out to go teach the people to different places around the Mediterranean. He's traveling often, and he got robbed. You like, why, God? I know the scriptures. Why is this happening to me? Read.
In perils by my own countrymen.
By his own people. Read.
In perils by the heathen. In perils in the city. In perils in the wilderness. In perils in the sea. In perils amongst false brethren.
So even the people that's keeping the commandments right beside you, they going to bug out, they going to fall out, they going to only be with you for the fame or prosperity of the thing that you're doing. Not for the faith of the Most High, not to win the people. They going to fall out and hurt you. Read.
In weariness, in painfulness, in watching often, in hunger and in thirst.
That's going back to when I was telling you, man, like, I don't know how I'm going to figure it out next month. The kids is talking about they hungry. You know what? I'm just quit this diet and go back to what I used to know. Paul was going through the exact same things that we going through today. Read.
In fasting often, in cold and nakedness. Besides those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily.
It was a daily struggle. So you got to be built back. You got to be built up. Go back to that Sirach chapter 2. Go back to Sirach chapter 2, because this is the thick of the battle.
This is the book of Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if they come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
And this is why we tell brothers, are you absolutely sure you want to break bread and drink this wine? Are you sure that you want us to go? Are you sure that you want to go through this? Are you ready? Because you got to fully understand this covenant on what you're signing up for, pretty much. Read that again.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So you ready for what's coming? You ready for all these perils? Are you ready for everything to be flipped upside down for you? Or to be so great that you can't handle it? Because that's what happens to a lot. You see stars like that. They came from the slums, the ghettos, the mud. They got it out of the mud. And now they finally rich. And look at them. They own more drugs than the actual drug addicts that's on the bottom. They doing worse than the people that we look at like, dang, that dude been on crack for years. He ain't never going to get out of that state. And the ones that have the fame, the money, that everything that the average person is trying to get, they doing worse than we are because they got to something that they couldn't handle. And the Most High is asking this question. If you, well, not a question, it's more of a statement, but he's saying, prepare your soul for what's about to come to you. Read.
Verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
So don't make haste. There's a way out of every situation. You just got to be patient and see it. Give me 1 Samuel chapter 2 and 3. 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 3.
This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 3.
Hold on, let me get it. I might want to start higher. Hold on. My bad. Yeah. I think I want to start higher. I just looked at it. It's perfect place. 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 3. Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 3. Talk no more so exceeding proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth. For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed.
So your actions are being weighed by the decisions that you make. To test your faith. To prepare your soul for that temptation. Can you actually handle this? It went out. Can y'all still see us? Can y'all still hear us? Can y'all see? Can y'all hear? Yay, nay? Yeah, I ain't getting nothing. I'm still getting hearts. I don't see nobody dropping out. Yeah, you say they can still see? Yeah. All right.
Refresh it.
Read.
Verse 4. The bows of the mighty men are broken, They that are stumbled are girded with strength.
Jump to 6.
Verse 6. The Lord killeth.
If it's frozen, just refresh. Anytime it freezes or it's frozen, just refresh.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
So he has the power to do these things. I ain't seen nobody take a man out of the grave and just put breath back into his body. I've never seen that. No man on the earth can do that. And the Most High is saying, I do these things. I kill him, I heal him. And that's talking about on a spiritual level and the physical level, that the Most High can do these things. So who are we to say that this is impossible to get through? It's not. He's telling us that I can make these things happen for you. Just obey. Read.
Verse 7. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and he lifteth up.
All these things come from the Most High. Read.
He raises up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among the princes and to make them inheritance the throne of glory. For the pillars of earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them. He will keep the foot of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness. By the strength shall no man prevail.
So you ain't going to do this thing by your might, by your will. You're going to do this by the faith, by keeping the commandments. Give me, did we say we was going to hear Hebrews? Hebrews what?
Hebrews 11.
Yeah.
Different scenarios. Or?
Yeah, here Hebrews 11. Go back to that. Go back to Hebrews 11. Yeah, read on down.
All right. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report.
Read.
Through faith we understand that the world was framed by the word of God, so that the things were seen were not made of the things which do appear.
That kills that science doctrine, that Big Bang theory, that any other religion, that there's only one God who created the earth. By that we know that by this wisdom. Read.
By faith Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which the obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his gifts, and by it being dead yet speaketh.
Read.
By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death.
Enoch was so cold that he didn't even see death. That brother had faith out of this world, and it took him out of this world by his faith. Read.
But what did his faith do that he was translated and did not death? Because a lot of times it ain't just faith. Your faith produces something. Your faith causes. Watch this. I'm gonna go somewhere real quick. Go to 2nd Ezra real quick. I'll show you something. Go to 2nd Ezra chapter 9, read verse 7. Because a lot of times in society we're taught that faith is like that. What you learn in Christianity. Oh, just believe, just believe, just believe. It's mythical. No, faith produces something. Faith causes you to move. It causes an action. It causes you to get moving. So does belief. If you believe in something, guess what? You're going to move. You're going to have actions towards you. It's going to bring forth some type of action. Watch this. Read that.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works.
By what?
By his works.
We're going to escape the fire by your works.
So we're not going to take a flight to Africa?
No, you're not going to take a flight to Africa. You're not going to go to Egypt. You're not going to go to Israel. None of that. You're going to escape by your works. Come on.
And by faith.
By what?
By faith.
It says by his works and by faith. Read.
Whereby ye have believed.
That's how you believe. Your faith and your works shows if you're a believer or not. That's why you read in Samuel. Talk more, no more, exceedingly proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth, for God is a God of action. God is a God of action. God is the God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. Actions are weighed.
You're going to produce something with it.
So when you go back to Hebrews, Enoch, it wasn't just he had faith. His faith produced an action, because when you read in Genesis, it says he was perfect. He kept the commandments of God. His faith in God caused him to do what? Do everything God told him to do. That's the same thing with us. Our faith causes us to believe this Bible, to do what this Bible says. But you let a so-called Christian tell you, no, you got to do is just believe on Jesus. You ain't got to do what that Bible say. You don't really have no faith. You don't really believe.
Jump back to Hebrews 11.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
Read.
For he that cometh to God must believe that he is.
You know what? I almost skipped that. Read that again.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
You know, have you ever done a job that you really didn't have no emotions, no feeling behind it? And you just like, this is just a mediocre job. Matter of fact, most jobs that we have for Esau, we call it a dead-end job because we don't really have any faith. We're just there to get a check, to pay the bills, and continue the cycle. So we're not happy in what we're doing. That's what this faith is. That's what it's talking about with this faith. It's impossible to believe. If you're not believing in the Most High with all your heart, all your might, all your soul, you're not going to be able to produce that faith to please the Most High. You're just going to be in this truth, lackadaisy, like, yep, I know I'm an Israelite, and just keep teaching me, and I'm going to keep showing up, and I'm not going to do anything. I know I'm Israel. I'm not going to teach anybody. Just like the man who hid the money, the talents. Mm-hmm. Talking about, because you're afraid to move. You have such an abundance of talent and other knowledge that you can bring forth to the table, but you hold it to yourself. Right. You don't teach nobody. You go to the store. You don't let your light shine. People ask you questions, and you just blow them off like, I'm an Israelite. Boom, gone. I keep the commandments. That's why I got them on. Gone. Like, you're not really producing anything. Our people have to see everything. We don't really believe. We don't believe the things that's told to us. We have to see every single thing that's given to us. Oh, you make money? Oh, so why you ain't got no Benz? If you so rich, why you ain't got a mansion? I'm rich because I know how to save my money.
Right.
I don't have to do this and jump through this many hoops because I know how to conduct myself. Read that again.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
So in that scenario we was talking about with the talents, Christ said, take everything from him. Take everything from him and give it to the man that I wanted interest when I gave you those talents, and you didn't produce anything. So give it to the man that gave me interest, and you ain't gonna get nothing. That's what he's talking about right here. Read.
For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
So diligently, we got to constantly be in these scriptures. We got to constantly be with the body so we can learn new things. I was chilling at the deacon's house last weekend. I'm just watching because we in a conversation. I'm just watching everything, laughing at this and laughing at this. And I noticed something that I ain't never noticed before. And I'm like, dang, sir, I learned a lot from you. Just by watching how he deals with certain situations, whether it's within the favor or against the favor, how's he going to solve this problem? How's he going to behave in this problem? And I watched the men around watching him and watching the situation and still carrying on the conversation. I'm like, I learned a lot just by seeing, just by being around y'all. And we're putting y'all don't even understand that we are seeing these words and acting it out into the world. And the fame of the Most High is just growing and growing, and our people are going to see it. That's why we got to let our light shine. Each and every one of us. Read.
Verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of God of the things not seen as yet, moved with fear.
So, it's talking about when he built the ark. He told him that I'm going to drown this whole planet and everybody going to die. Just you and your family going to be saved. That's not going to happen. Everybody around was like, that's not going to happen. Rain? What? No. Kill us all? What? No. Make a ship, a big ship, and gather up all these different types of animals? I don't speak dog. What are you talking about? I don't speak bird. Right. How am I going to gather up these animals? That's a lot of work. What do you mean, do all of that? In how much time? Please, how am I a big ship all by myself? Nobody's supposed to help me? Just my sons? What? No, I got to convince them. The same thing applies with you. We're Israelites. We're not black, Hispanic, Native Americans. I've been called that all my life. that ain't nothing. And that's what gets me about the older generation. You young bucks can't teach me nothing. I done been overseas. I done seen this and done this. Y'all can't tell me nothing. I know everything there is to need to know. So if you know everything, go cure cancer. Right. Go save your people. Just go save your people. Just at least one person within this city. Go save him. Go get it out of poverty.
If you know so much, stop the black on black crime. Stop the police officers from shooting us, killing us in the street. If you know so much.
And it doesn't dawn on them because they still for self. I know it all, so I don't have to help anybody. You got to figure it out for yourself. That's what they all say. Read.
Prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he had commended the world.
Condemned
the world, and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
Out of all the Hebrews that was amongst the earth, he was like, Noah, you doing what I told you to do. You the only one, so I'm gonna save you out of all of this.
You didn't want to kill that?
Go ahead. I was trying.
Hey, it was an ant running around here too. I thought it was a spider. You looked at me like, oh snap, I'm about to get it. I got you.
He landed right there. It was a mosquito.
Hey, you had that just a huge bug on you. Don't move. I felt all that heat. Like, what's gonna happen to me? Hey, bro, you gotta say something. You just can't. He just. We gonna figure this out.
Because I was about to go. But then I realized we was on the air, and I was like, okay, I ain't gonna do that.
By faith, I knew something was gonna happen to me. By my actions, I asked what was gonna happen to me. Read that again with Noah.
All right. Verse 7. By faith, Noah being warned of God of the things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world, and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
Now go to jump to Abraham.
Verse 8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whether he would went. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise.
And with Abraham, he was asked to kill, like, put yourself in Abraham's shoes in Genesis when it was explaining it. He's like, okay, you promised me that I was going to be a great nation. I don't even have a son yet. So he went and took his handmaid and had a son. Most High was like, that ain't the son that I promised you. Right. I told you I was going to give you a son the way I told you I was going to give you a son. So he got that son. And now the Most High is like, sacrifice him for me. Like, how I'm going to be a great nation if you want me to kill the son that you told me that you was going to promise me, and I don't get it. So he was like, and he was like, Isaac was like, hey, where's the lamb? Like, yeah, we're coming here without the lamb. And Abraham, by faith, like, hey, the Most High said, I got to make a sacrifice. The lamb is going to show up. And at that moment, he's like, that lamb ain't here. I got to obey. There go the lamb. There go the lamb. Stop. There's the lamb right there. Right there. You proved it. You got it. Read that again.
By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise. Let me start at verse 8 or verse 9. Verse 9, okay. Verse 9. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a stranger's country, dwelling in the tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which have found.
That's all I wanted on that. Give me 2nd Ezra chapter 14.
Oh, I want to bring something out in Hebrews right quick. Jump down to verse 12. Read that.
Verse 12. Therefore, sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the sea shore innumerable.
Read.
These are all dead in faith.
These all died in
faith.
Faith. Meaning what? Noah, Abraham, Enoch, Abel. They died in faith. Meaning they didn't die under the sacrificing and stuff like that. Read on.
Not having received the promises.
And they didn't receive the promises. But guess what? They still had faith. They still kept the commandments. Read on.
But having seen them afar off, and were persecuted of them,
Persuaded of
them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth.
But guess what? They still were persuaded by those promises and embraced those promises and confessed them. Because again, Abraham didn't see the kingdom. Abraham didn't go into the land. Moses didn't even go into the land. But that, when you read later on, Noah didn't see the promised land, the kingdom of heaven. He didn't see those things. But guess what? He knew that that was promised. And guess what? That his faith produced his actions. Read on.
Verse 14. For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country.
And guess what? They declare such things. When you declare these things, you are saying you seek a country. Come on.
Verse 15. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned.
And guess what? If we'd been mindful of that country we came out, we would have had opportunity to turn. But what happened? We went into sin. We lost faith. We started breaking God's commandments. That's all sin is. Sin is lack of faith. Your faith is now lacking, so now you start to sin. You start to go back into the world. You start breaking God's commandments because of your lack of faith. Come on.
Verse 16. But now they desire a better country, that is, a heavenly. Wherefore God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he hath prepared them a city.
But that was it.
Hey, I'm glad you brought that out. I was thinking of that scripture. It is right there in my face. Because a brother asked me, what was my motivation? How do I stay grounded? Like, I'm trying to get there, but I'm getting attacked every single day. How do I get grounded? I'm like, these commandments keep me grounded. I know I got a promise. Even if I die before I reach it, I still got to get there. And the kingdom of heaven is right there in my face. I just got to keep running. I just got to keep running. No matter what pulls me, grabs me, I fall over a little bit. I got to save myself and use the tools around me to save me to get me to that goal. And I'm going to die trying. That's my goal, the kingdom of heaven. It's right there in my face. Give it that 2 Ezra 14. Start at 13.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 14, verse 13. Now, therefore, set thy house in order and reprove thy people.
So get yourself fixed first, and then go teach the people. Then go help the people. Read.
Comfort such of them as be in trouble.
So we gotta, as people, comfort each other because there's going to be troubles. You're going to have people pulling you on the left and the right, and your attention span is going to get drawn away from the commandments. That's the whole job of the devil. Read.
And now renounce corruption.
Read.
Let go from the mortal thoughts.
Because these things that's before us, these are all mortal thoughts. I can't get through this situation. It's been years, and I've been stuck in the same situation. It's been months, and I've been on 3 interviews, and nobody has given me the job. Just set yourself all right. Prepare for these temptations. Prepare for these problems. Read that again.
Verse 14. Let go from the mortal thoughts.
Read.
Cast away burdens of man.
Cast away those burdens of men. It's heavy thoughts that's weighing you down and it's killing you. Bishop went over a class about how stress brings your spirit down, and it slowly kills you. Read.
No, the scriptures say that. Watch this. Okay, y'all go to Sirach.
No, go ahead.
Real quick. Go to Sirach, chapter 30. Scriptures tell you that. Sirach, chapter 30, read verse 21.
21, all right. The book of Sirach, chapter 30, verse 21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thy own counsel.
Come on.
The gladness of the heart is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days.
It says joyfulness prolongs your days. Read on.
Peace hours.
Right. Happy people live longer. Read on.
Verse 23. Love thy own soul.
And a lot of times the reason why people ain't live, we don't love ourselves as a nation of people. Read on.
And comfort thy heart.
Read.
Remove sorrow far from thee.
That's what stresses you out. Sorrow stresses people out. That's where stress comes from, because of sorrow. Whether it is you lost your job, you can't find a job, bills is behind, you late on different things. That causes sorrow. So now you get stressed out and things of that nature. Read on.
For sorrow hath killed many.
Sorrow have what?
Sorrow hath killed many.
Sorrow hath killed many. Read on.
And there is no profit therein.
So the Bible lets you know, stress will kill you. Go back.
Start at 14 again.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 14, verse 14. Let go from me mortal thoughts.
That stress, that depression, that anger, that fear.
Cast away the burdens of man.
Read.
Put off now the weak nature.
It's a weak nature because we're strong people. And you got to believe that the Most High is going to bring you out of those situations. No matter how dim that light is, you're going to reach it. Just keep the faith and put forth the actions with it. Read.
Verse 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste to thee. Flee from these things or these times.
So we got to have our minds built up and ready for these temptations that's going to bring us down in spirit. Take us out of this truth, because that's the whole mission of the devil, to bring us out of this truth. 2 Timothy 4 and 7. Got you. 2 Timothy chapter 4 and 7.
This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
Read that again.
Matter of fact, start up at verse 5.
This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 4.
Matter of fact, verse 2. I'm sorry.
The book of 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 2. Preach the word. Be instant in season, out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long-suffering and doctrine.
Read.
For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they keep heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears.
So the Bible tells you to exhort with all long-suffering doctrine, for the time is going to come where some don't endure sound faith, don't endure sound doctrine. Why? Because their faith has gotten weak. And then guess what? They go after their own lusts and find teachers having itching ears. Somebody to itch that lust. Read on.
Verse 4. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables.
Read.
Verse 5. But watch thou in all things.
The Bible says, watch in all things. Be circumspect. Be mindful. Watch. Understand that these things are going to happen, and don't let it happen to you. Come on.
Endure affliction.
Endure what?
Endure affliction.
The Bible says endure afflictions, because that's what happens. People start getting afflicted, and guess what? They don't endure sound doctrine. So the Bible's telling you to watch. Endure afflictions. Come on.
Do the work of an evangelist.
Do put in the work. Read.
Make full proof of thy ministry.
And make full proof of your ministry. And how you do that is by applying this Bible, applying the scriptures, and having faith that if you do what this says, you're going to get a reward. Come on.
Verse 6. For I am now ready to be offered.
And that's what Paul said. I'm ready to be offered. I'm ready to die. Come on.
And the time of my departure is at hand. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
I met all of my goals. I did everything that the Most High was telling me to do. I've done all that I can do. There's nothing else that I can do. I've proven myself in every single way. I've given the best example that I could give to my people to bring them out of the state that they're in. And for myself, I can't do anymore. I fought the good fight. That is a good feeling to feel. I know every prophet around the corner, every prophet around the world that teach this Bible and teach Deuteronomy 28 on these corners, talking about this is the place where I want to die at. If I ain't doing nothing else in this world, I don't want to die on Esau's job. I don't want to die at the bank. Right. I want to die bringing out these scriptures.
That's right.
Because I know that everything that I did yesterday, I did the best that I could do, and I kept on fighting. And at this moment, if I have to die right now, I know that I did the best that I could do for the Most High. Read that again, that last part.
Let me see. Verse 7.
He said, let me see.
Let me see.
We need to get this brother some glass. Hey, I hold this real quick. I got to see it. I can't see it. I got to see it real quick. Go ahead.
Verse 7. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith.
Give me Sirach 32 and 24. That's a good feeling to have. That's a good
Hold
feeling
on. Go back. Finish that. Read the next verse.
Verse 8. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing.
Guess what? And there's a crown waiting for everybody. Every Israelite man and woman on this earth has a crown waiting for them. The only thing is, it's up to you whether or not you get that crown or not. There's a crown right now waiting for all of us. All Israel, 2/3, 1/3. Right now, there's a crown waiting for you. But guess what? It's up to you whether you obtain that crown, you get that crown. So that's why he said, henceforth, you give your diligence, endure afflictions, and guess what? You keep the commandments, guess what? You're going to get that crown. That's what Paul said. Look, I got a crown waiting for me. I know I got a crown waiting for me. I did the work. I put in the work. I did what I was supposed to do. So I'm ready to die, and there's a crown laid up for me.
Through all his travails and through all his perils, like from his shipwrecking, him going to prison, being stoned. That's just like us today, losing our house, losing our kids, losing our jobs, knowing that we were trying to fight for that crown.
And when I was in college, the teacher used to always say, when we go over the syllabus on what she expects, how classes ran, the different teachers that I would go to, they would be like, every student in here has an A at this moment. It's up to you to keep that A. If you fail, it's because you failed. You can't blame me. You can't blame the student next to you. You have an A, and it's up to you to keep it. So you got to do all the things that's necessary for you to keep that A. And that's the same thing that Paul is expressing in this. I did everything that I could do, and I can't do no more. And because I did those things, I know I have a crown waiting for me. The Most High is going to give it to me. So, Rock, start at verse 23. It's my last scripture. That's all I got.
You said Sirach, what chapter?
32, verse 23.
Verse 23?
Yeah, 23.
Okay. The book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 23. In every good...
Hold on, 17. Go to 17, then jump to 23.
Okay. The book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 17. A sinful man will not be reproved, but find an excuse according to his will.
Because we're going to find those trials and tribulations are excuses that we build up high. Like, man, I done filled out like 5 applications, and nobody's called back. Well, did you call them back, brother? Well, no, because I was waiting.
I was just waiting for them.
Now I want to go back to school. Have you seen what school has this benefit for you to get back in school? Nah, man, I'm just waiting on this good check to come, and then I'm going to be back off in that thing. 5 years later, you still telling the same story. Read that again.
A sinful man will not be reproved.
It's something going on with you, bro. You making so many excuses, and I've told you exactly how to do it. All you got to do is produce, and you're not. You have an excuse. What's the excuse? Sin. Read.
But finding an excuse according to his will.
You finding it. You looking under rocks in every corner to not do what you're supposed to do because it's too hard. It's going to take too long.
Yeah,
I'm not going to finish.
I put in one application and I ain't get the job. Now I want to go back selling weed, selling dope.
Now,
or I put, man, I tried to put in applications. What time did you get up and go pull out an application? Man, I got up at 12, 1 o'clock. Went and put in a couple applications. What? you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody calling.
I'll tell brothers like, hey, all praises. This is going to sound evil to say this, but at some point in time, you got to put the Bible down. You got to stop studying and fix your personal life. Get some education. Read a different book that's going to further you in this life while you get this education of the Bible. You got to be able to juggle both. You can't just read the Bible every single day and not take care of your personal business. You're just getting knowledge without you're building up mental faith because you're going to have all the precepts, but you're not producing any of that faith that you're getting.
Listen, man, I don't want to hear that crap. Brothers that do that be the main ones and all kind of issues and all kind of problems and don't apply nothing they read.
Got all the wealth of faith. Can remember all the scriptures, but you ain't producing it.
They've memorized all the scriptures, but they lack in faith, because faith is going to produce a act. That's why I say, look, I don't care how many scriptures, like Bishop said all the time, I don't care how many scriptures you know, how many precepts you know, how much you read the Bible. That doesn't accolade into faith. How many precepts you know does not show where your faith is. What shows where your faith is how you apply those scriptures that you have now learned. Because application is what shows where your faith is. That's the faith guideline. How is your application? What are you doing? What are your actions? Then you're going to know, okay, yeah, that's a faithful brother right there. Or that brother, yeah, he lacking faith. He don't really believe. Oh, yeah, he know all the precepts. Yeah, I can ask him right now. Boom. But then when it comes to application, no understanding.
Hey, this is a worldly example. But back when I used to listen to all that heavy rap music, BG was like, he ran up on one of the dudes from Squad Up. Was like, what you got with that gun? He like, I ride with mine. He like, are you going to use it? Same thing with this Bible. You got the Bible on your back, in your pocket.
That was a carnal example, boy. Boy, he's like, I rolled up on a homie. He got the strap, you know what I'm saying? But you going to use it? I got it. But are you going to use it?
But it's the same thing with this Bible. But are you going to use what you're actually reading? You carrying around Bibles, you passing out flyers, you like doing the work, but are you doing the scriptures? Are you furthering yourself in this truth for your salvation?
Right. Watch this. Go to Matthew real quick. Matthew chapter 7. Matthew chapter 7. This is the type of Israelite you do not want to be like. Matthew chapter 7, read verse 21. Watch this.
The book of Matthew chapter 7, verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord.
Yahweh Shai. Now everybody saying Lord, Lord is going to enter into the kingdom of heaven. However you call him, whatever you call him, Jesus, Lord, whatever, just because you say his name don't mean you get into the kingdom of heaven. And guess what? A lot of times we use this verse for Christians, but this is talking about Israel. This is talking about Israelites that know they Israelites in this truth.
That's fooling themselves thinking that they actually in the fight.
Right. Read on.
See.
Read verse 21 again.
It's the book of Matthew chapter 7, verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven.
The only people that are going to enter the kingdom of heaven is those that do the will of the Father. Come on.
Verse 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name?
Hey, did I not prophesy in your name, Lord? Was I not out there prophesying and bringing the people in your name? Come on.
And in thy name have cast out devils?
Didn't we cast out devils? Look at all these people repenting. Come on.
And in thy name done many wonderful works?
Read.
And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you.
I never knew you. Lord, I got all the precepts.
Look at all my
accolades. I'm studying. I'm at camp. I'm pulling all the precepts. I'm doing everything. But Lord, Christ going to say to you, I never knew you. Look, you call me anything. You call me B this, F that, mother F, da. But Christ to say, I never knew you? Oh, them the worst words you could ever hear. And guess what? That brother, that's going to be that brother or sister that got all the precepts. Looks strong, but has no application. Because behind the scenes, they're not applying what they learned because their faith was weak. They did not really believe. I'm telling you, look, you only can fake. It's easy to fake it on the Sabbath. It's easy to come up here talking about Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. Everybody super Israelite on the Sabbath. Everybody in order, structure. You around it. Everybody got all the precepts, Okay, so what? Now the proving task comes when you leave behind the scenes, when it's just you and your wife, you and your kids, or you at home. That's where the real trial, that's where the real faith comes into play. That's where the real defining moment and test becomes to whether you believe or not. Because it's easy to be super Israelite on the Sabbath or when you're around everybody. But when you by yourself, when it's just you and your wife, now that's where the real test comes into play. And guess what? Don't be that person that Christ said, I never knew you. Go ahead.
All right. This is the last scripture, last two verses. And we're going to close it up. This is casting down imaginations. That's what we're doing.
That's right.
Israel, you got all the faith that you need. You just got to produce it. You gotta stay with it and endure. Read that. Sirach.
The book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 23. In every good work, trust in thy own soul.
If you're keeping the commandments, trust that the Most High is going to be with you. Read.
For this is the keeping of the commandments.
Read.
He that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandments.
So if you believe, keep the commandments. You're going to believe in the commandments. You're not going to be one way. You're not going to be tossed to and fro. Read.
And he that trusteth in him shall fare never the worse.
Shall fare never the worst. You're not going to end up in the worst possible condition that you can't get out of. The Most High is going to see you through it. So, with that, it's Friday, y'all.
That's right.
Prep.
That's
Sabbath
right.
prep.
That's
Fix your
right.
face Friday.
5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all be on the lookout for that. We got a good show for y'all. Fix Your Face Fridays, 5 p.m. As for right now, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, remember, like he said, it's Friday. Prep for the Sabbath. Prep. It's the prep day. Unless you like some of us, you need a prep day for the prep day or a prep day for the prep day for the prep day. You know how it goes. But all praise be to the Most High. It's been another episode of Casting Down Imaginations. We'll be back on here Monday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We out.
Feast of Tabernacles. Register. Get with your camp leaders.
Right, but
July
do it before the sun
29th.
goes down. Once the sun goes down, don't register because your money will be refunded.
And with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Seminar, but it was okay. Like, hey, young brother, have faith, young soldier. Got another brother that's flying in, Elder Kanaf from Florida. Now I was a little bit skeptical. Oh, stickers, I ain't know him. Yeah, I scooped him from the airport. He asked me if I was hungry. That restaurant they ain't wanted and destruction came early and Bishop thought I was homeless. Hit the seminar. Note this when I found out he was on it. And I ain't know too many scripts, but I was gonna read it like God wrote it. No joking, I needed focus. Told me my house was broken. And before they left the city, they told me that I was chosen. I was chosen to be a spokesman. The spokesman? I ain't see it. See, fornication was my hang-up, so I ain't believe it. He said, seeing it, you can achieve it. God's vision is what you see with. If you move out here to Orlando, I'll teach you how to defeat your demons. My life's an open book, and I invite you to come and see. But please don't be dismayed at some of the things that you may see. Every journey has its problems, but it's how I came to be. If my life will make you stronger, then come take this walk with me. Walk with me. Come take this walk with me. Every journey has its problems. Come take this walk with me. Walk with me. Come take this walk with me. If my life will make you stronger, then come take this walk with me. It feels like yesterday. Left the okie doke and arrived at spring rain. And I know it ain't one west, but at best I guess it's a me thing. See, things changed when we came. Devil in me was detained. And my wife got about them pants cause Jada asked if we even believe, man. Now look at that. Corrected by a child, yeah, I can cook with that. Correction on all sides is behind me and I ain't looking back. Felt my spirit growing, water flowing. Christ done took me back. The more demons is trying me. I'm active like what you looking at. But apparently I was mistaken. See, when you conquer one battle, there's a list of new demons waiting. They patient, dispatched by Satan, and timing is what they mate with. When I felt like I was compassed, next class was titled Temptation. Now wait a minute. How the hell he do that? See, we ain't even spoken, but he wrote it like he knew that. This was real and I could prove that. No puzzles or Rubik's. My faith went to outer space. Man, I was amazed that God would do that. My life's an open book, and I invite you to come and see. But please don't be dismayed at some of the things that you may see. Every journey has its problems, but it's how I came to be. If my life will make you stronger, then come take this walk with me. Walk with me. Come take this walk with me. Every journey has its problems. Come take this walk with me. Walk with me. Come take this walk with me. If my life will make you stronger, then come take this walk with me. So the years went on and he would teach me. He's my mentor. He was Mr. Miyagi and every day was an adventure. We would journey through the Maccabees, dive deep off in them scriptures. He even took me back to David and helped me paint a clearer picture. I remember hell.